So the first thing about building around a sample is finding the right sample for the job. So the samples I'm playing will come from a pack on 16levels.com called Vices by CMP. Let's hear them. So that's the one I'm going to use. So now that I found the sample, I'm going to go ahead and get into the sample edit window. So how would I do that? By pressing sample edit. I recently did a 16 tips video for the MPC Live too, but it also applies to the MPC Key 61. So yeah, it's right here. All right, so from the sample edit window, you can preview stuff on the MPC pads. So I like that, but the most important thing is just like the tip I showed y'all in the last video, and that's determining what is the key of the sample. And when you're building around a sample on the MPC Live X01 or Keys 61, it just makes more sense to do it this way, because that way you can have control of other things we'll get down the line. What I'm gonna do is process it. I'm gonna listen to the sample again, and then I'll go into process, and then I will pitch shift it down like either -1 or -2. It doesn't really matter at this point. Just make sure that you're using pitch shift. After it's done processing, again, you want to use the pitch shift, because if you use tune, then you will lose control of the AI detection inside of the MPC. So I'm going to hit detect key. Now it is a D minor because it shipped down one semitone. The next step is kind of obvious. You need to find the right drums. Come on, bro. Like, that's very important. Or whatever you're trying to build around a sample, the drums got to be on point. So right now I am using Slappy Drums by Stolen Drums. I know what you guys are thinking, damn it. All right, so let's get it. I'm going to go ahead and then record the main part of the sequence in here. Get over here to the sample. Let's get it. Remember, like I said in my tips video, filter out the sample so you have room for other instrumentation. So that's what I'm going to do here, since I'm on the sample part. And now I will just grab a filter. It's just as simple as you hitting this eyeball sign, going to insert, and I'm inserting into a program, EQ and effect, filter, and then go down here. I'm going to use a high pass filter as always. And when I play back the sample, you can hear that it is filtered, and just adjust accordingly. Now it's time to attack the bass line. All right, so just going to go back into main here and select the next track. I already named it bassline. Now we're going to do a little bit of a cheat code here. Now, if you don't play on the keys normally, just like on any other device that has lock scales, this does too. I'll go into pad performance. I remember that, you know, the chord, if you don't remember what the chord is, what that you started on your sample, you can always go into edit and then go into sample, and it starts off as a D minor. So, you know, use your imagination there. So D minor, and go to the bass line. Let's go ahead and configure it to a D, and then just select minor, and as you can see, it's there. Then you can just select the notes. What I'm going to do is just select a bass that I like. What you could do on the MPC Key 61 that's unique to that is you can lock the scale. So you will go into scale filter, and then you'll see D minor, and then you can just select snap to scale. So I'm gonna go with hype synth for the bass line, and I'll pick out like bass sub. I think bass warm has the bass that I like the most. Let's check it out as we go through. So I like this. I'm gonna try bass house, and then we'll go from there. And if you have to, just go through different patches. So I'm at hard but soft. Pause. Okay, so I like that. I don't like the kick in this track, so I'll just go ahead and assign a new sample or whatnot. Just go in here and find some which I like. Particular, this can go anyway from here. I would say that, you know, the next thing I would do is probably like some chord pads or whatnot. Let's try out another sound, something a little bit faster. And then a quick tip, of course, you can always adjust the volume because I think it might be a little bit too much. And you want to kind of blend it in too. You want to blend it into the sample. All right, so we have the foundation of the track. What I want to do is a rule called call and response. So we have the call. The call is already the sample and the chord progression I laid under it. Now I'll do under melody or something like that, kind of like a harmonic melody to kind of fit the vibe, you know, just to give the listener something extra to hear. Go through different presets here. Mix it. I'll do one more complementary melody just to kind of finish it off. You know, just maybe some bells now.